guys, Dylan Stone here, Exit Country on Superlative Radio here in beautiful St. Andrews. What a beautiful day. It's Friday the 13th. If you're at all superstitious, then you're wondering what I'm doing standing here, but I'm not a superstitious kind of guy. But there are a lot of people in the world that are. I've met a few in my day that are, they won't walk under a ladder, or if they see a black cat walking in front of them, they don't have a tendency to kind of, but I don't personally believe in any of that. I think in a way you make your own luck. And if you are superstitious, I hope you are staying home today and just kind of relaxing and having yourself a good day. That's what it boils down to. Although today I wanted to talk about, well, if you're watching that country music special that Ken Burns is in the core process of doing right now, I think if you are a fan of country music at all, I think you're going to be enjoying it, because over the last little while I've seen some really, really nice clips, and it looks like it's going to be so in-depth and so educational when it comes to country music. Of course, myself being the extremely big country music fan I am, I'm just so thrilled that he has taken the time to do this project. And I have a lot of respect for him for doing that, because this, I think, is going to be a country music documentary like none that have been made before. Every clip I've seen has shown me that this is going to be just so much better than anything I've ever seen before. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just anxious to see it. And I think, especially if you are not necessarily a big country fan, I think you should take the time to watch it, because it will definitely educate you on why country music fans are so adamant about their country music. Now, speaking for myself, I started listening to country, as my mother had said, before I could read. And it touched me. I can't even explain how or why, because of the age I was. I don't know what it was that just reached out and said, hey, I like this. I had an instant attraction to it. And I still do, and it'll always be one of my favorite styles of music. The whole genre, although some of it today is not quite what it used to be, but that's a whole topic for another time. But when it comes to country music, I think I'm in. Hook, line, and sinker, I'm there. It's going to be talking about Patsy Cline. It's going to be talking about the old days with Jimmie Rodgers and the Carter family back with the Bristol Sessions. If you don't know what that is, he'll talk about it, guaranteed. But if you've listened to some of my country shows, you've heard me talk about it, so you have an idea where I'm going with it. Also, there's going to be a spot on Johnny Cash. There's spots on Merle Haggard with and Buck Owens with the Bakersfield sound that came out of the 60s, into the 70s with a lot of the stuff that came out then with, urban cowboy movement, with all that stuff that came, Johnny Lee and all that in there. There's just so much how it's going to be broken down and sort of looked under a microscope and give you all the little details. It's just going to be really something. And I think when we air this, the first episode will already have aired. If you are watching it, enjoy it. And if you're not watching it, I really want you to take the time to just give it a listen, give it a watch, because I know you will enjoy what he's trying to put across. That's all I can tell you about country music at that point. The other thing that I was going to mention with country music is the fact that there are so many songs that don't get airplay as far as country music and the artists that they put on the albums. It amazes me, because it's just, there are so many poignant songs that don't get airplay that you should take the time somehow to listen to some of the albums. I'm just going to give you some examples. Dwight Yoakam had an album called Hillbilly Deluxe. It was his second release. There was a song on there called Mr. Johnson's Love. Great song. Check it out if you get the chance. Johnny Cash had an album in '78 called Gone Girl. There's a song on there called The Diplomat. Beautiful song. Unbelievable. Johnny Cash had another song in '74 from the album called Junkie and the Juicehead. The song was called Crystal Chandeliers in Burgundy. It was about a hobo riding the rails, but all he sort of sees is a lifestyle of crystal chandeliers in Burgundy, and he keeps wondering why he's not reached. It's a beautiful song, really and truly. It's a great song. Another one of the songs, speaking of Johnny Cash, he did back, one of his first albums, he signed to Columbia in '58, so this had to be probably '59 or '60. He did a song called The Caretaker. Every time I hear it, I wonder He must have been depressed when he wrote it. He must have been in a very low depression when he wrote it. It's about a guy that lives in the cemetery and takes care of the graves, and but it's really, really a really interesting song. Check that out as well. Colin Ray had a song called Love Me from his first album. Beautiful song. So poignant. That one did get a lot of airplay though. What was the other? Joe Diffie from his album Regular Joe. The song was called Ships That Don't Come In. What a beautiful song. And the last one I want to tell you about to check out, Larry Gatlin. It's called I've Done Enough Dying Today. Beautiful, beautiful song. Now, listen to these songs. You'll understand why I am drawn to country music. Because they speak right here. They don't go here. They just go and right down. And you find yourself going, woo, you know, and that's what they do to me. Last thing I want to tell you is how it affects me is if you've ever seen the movie called the Glenn Miller Story with Jimmy Stewart. It's an older movie. I think it's from the 40s or early 50s. The woman that he was with knew the music that he was playing was good because she got a feeling in the back of her neck. If you watch the movie, she kind of goes when he's playing, and she feels the music as she's listening to it. That's how it reaches me. With me, I get goosebumps on my arms. That's what happens with me. That's how I know that it's good. And that was always the barometer I used to judge good music. If I listened to a song I'd never heard before and I get goosebumps on my arms, I knew it was going to be a phenomenal song. I knew it was going to hit the charts and it was going to be phenomenal. I guess I can't say that always worked because there were a lot of songs that never got airplay that do that to me. But of course, I wasn't the one in charge of playing it. So that's maybe why they didn't get airplay, because I would have played them. But I do play them on Exit Country. Check out those songs and you will understand why country music reaches me and why it reaches people the way that it does. Because it's a music of honesty. And that, to me, that's what makes the difference. Check it out and you'll see what I mean. Dylan Stone, Exit Country.